Turn on.
Does
There we go. There we go. Checking mic check.
checking.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. I see a bar. I see a bar.
I see a bar.
Yeah,
I see a bar.
I see a bar right there. I see a bar right there.
I stopped at a bar on the way here. It was wonderful.
Good. Hi guys. How you guys doing?
I'm gonna start with a dad joke.
Okay. Oh, could probably use to turn it a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad.
Just a tad. We're just going to turn it this way just a little bit. There we go.
We're balanced.
Hey, people hear us.
Hey.
People hear us. Yay.
That's a good thing.
That is a great thing.
We just have to make sure Bao Bun doesn't hear us.
Yeah, that's
that
the
would
big
be
thing.
That would be the
That's
big
the big thing. Hello and welcome to, for what is us, a late night stream. And for viewers halfway across the world, we tried to time it for you guys a little bit better.
We had a request.
A few requests.
Yeah, and I think it dates back to our Halloween.
Yeah, it was
the Halloween one
last year.
Someone said, "Hey, do you think you could, time one of these for early morning?" It was one of our German followers.
Yes.
And so we said, "Yeah, we can do that." And it sounded like a great idea until about 10:30 tonight.
Yeah, and then we got really tired. So it is about 1 o'clock for us here, and probably we're intentionally being quiet as there are people speaking or sleeping. But let me see if I can adjust the gain for you guys, which is why I started it early.
Yeah, I usually don't have a problem projecting into the microphone.
Yeah, normally not, but we're going to try to be a little quieter. There is a baby sleeping in this household, so I'm trying to give you guys a little bit more on the mic. So
yeah, let us know if that works out for you.
Turning it up just a little bit. Hopefully that fixes some of it. Yes, babies do in fact need sleep.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Yes, indeed they do. It is 12:58 according to my computer, and then.
So I was watching him Thursday for you, and he hit one of those moments where he wasn't screaming hard, but he was starting to cry. He was clearly inconsolable. He didn't want a bottle, and there was a tear here, and there's a tear here, and he's looking at me, and the lower lip's going square, and I realized, oh, dude, you're tired. You need a nap. So I threw him on my shoulder, and I walked out into the backyard, and it wasn't 5 minutes. He was gone, just out dead to the world.
Yeah. So that's why we are going to be hushed, but it seems like that fixed it. I was able to get the gain up, so hopefully that will be good.
Very good.
We are going to give this just maybe another minute before we officially kick things off. But we're glad you're all here. Thanks for being here.
We do appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Large line of people talking in the chat there. It's encouraging. I like it.
It's nice. It's nice. It's nice seeing the names flash across the screen too. You'll see them right in that corner, right there.
Because I can't read any of this.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be able to read it there either, but.
Yeah. And if I do the bifocal tilt, everyone's looking up my nose, and that won't be a pleasant, experience. You'll get the view that Mama Peaches gets when she looks up at me.
It's the Winnie the Pooh meme.
Oh, by the way, I did get a note from your mom just a couple moments ago. Mama Peaches, hello. And Mama Peaches says, hello. She wanted to make sure that she said hello to everybody. She's sitting at home watching. She wanted to guarantee we had at least one person watching.
I think we have at least one.
At least one person watching.
At least one. Yeah. It appears that we have at least one. It is officially 1 a.m. We are going to do essentially our Opla Season 2 video. Take it away.
Take it away.
You had an intro. Go for it.
I had an intro, but you killed it. You killed it 15 minutes ago. Guten Morgen. Buen dia. Bonjour. Top of the morning to you. Buongiorno, calimera, and for our Canadian friends, how's she going, eh? Welcome to Pork Chops, Rice, and Peaches' second live stream. Third live stream?
Third live stream. We did 5K. We did Thriller Bark as a Halloween stream, and now we're doing Opla Season 2.
Forgot about the first one.
Yeah.
Welcome to our third live stream.
Welcome to our third live stream. I can't go back and edit these. You know, this is
okay.
live.
That's all right. That's live.
Good afternoon. I'm going to be building this, by the way, while I'm here. So that way I have something to do with my hands, because I've had this for a while, and I was like, I'm going to build it on stream because, you know, we have it.
Cool.
Just letting everyone know.
So I have paid absolutely zero attention to anybody online talking about Season 2. And I figured when Season 2 came out, everybody rushed to be the first people to share their thoughts. And,
yeah, that's pretty
safe bet.
Yeah, that's an incredibly safe assumption.
Yeah, so I have no idea what anybody else has said about this except for one video. Mm-hmm. And that was our good friend Des.
It was.
Yes. Who made a video where he talked about everything he didn't like about Season 2, and then it was 30 seconds of him just sitting there with, you know, crickets chirping in the background, and I was highly amused.
It was very funny.
I can't say that I agree, but I was highly amused. I think my response was, dude, we got to talk. We need to have another beer, you know. Which, you know, with Des was breakfast, and I absolutely loved that. Beer for breakfast. It's underrated.
So, One Piece live action Season 2.
What did you think? What's your overall impression of it?
I mean, overall impression, they captured lightning in a bottle again. I mean, you're doing anime in live action, which it's extremely difficult to do.
Yes.
It's extremely difficult to do. And the fact that they are doing it, that they did it once really well, and then they followed it up with an equally competent adaptation of Season 2 in Season 2 is just impressive. It's great. Now, was I a little more critical of them this time around? Yes. I was a little bit more critical of them this time around. There's some things I hope that they had improved on that they didn't. But overall, it's good.
Okay.
Overall, it's good. I like it.
I thought it was a bit of a romp.
Yeah.
I just had fun with it.
Good.
I sat down and I watched the first episode, and I thought, wait a minute, I don't remember that. Wait a minute. And what I did after I watched it was I went and I got Logtown, and I reread it. And when I reread it, I went, oh, man, I had forgotten about that. Oh, because, you know, I've only gone through it one time, not 8 million like everybody else. And then once I went through that with that first episode,
Yeah.
I stopped questioning anything. I just went for the ride.
Okay.
And I think there's kind of a soft spot in my heart for the live action, because if you go back 3 years, it was the live action Season 1 that made me say, okay, I'm going to read the manga. Mm-hmm. All right. And so it's responsible for me doing this. So I do have kind of a soft spot for it, and So I sat down and I watched it, and I thought the single best thing they do in Seasons 1 and 2 is casting.
Oh.
The casting is amazing, and there are only 2 characters that I don't think were cast well, and I'm afraid to say one of them. And
Yeah, let's say I'd be afraid to say, because, yeah, it's...
And the other one, the one, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. I'll name the first one if this is my biggest complaint about season 2, I didn't like Dragon.
Really?
I didn't like Dragon, and as I thought about it, I said, okay, do I not like the acting or do I not like the writing?
Uh-huh.
And I thought to myself, I think it's a little bit of a combination of both, but I don't think the actor was given a tremendous amount to work with.
I don't think he was either. I mean, Dragon is not a character that has a lot of screen time.
Right.
So that's kind of one where you'd kind of have to be working with limited source material.
So with that in mind, limited source material, limited, work with one of his scenes, he's basically standing and looking out over the ocean and talking. He's got that one brief interaction with Smoker.
Yeah.
And I just thought, yeah, this is just, I don't know. It was like the weak moment.
Okay.
Does he have a devil fruit power, or am I allowed to ask that yet?
Okay, that is a great question.
Okay, so here's the reason why. Having kept my promise not to do any research on his character, I noticed on today, it's just playing in the background, that when he's talking to Smoker, and then you get that big strong wind that comes, and it literally disperses Smoker and blows him away, and then in the background you see him reform and tumble through a bunch of stuff. And I didn't notice it. Like this was 3 viewings before I picked this up. I went, wait a minute. Nami said a storm was coming, but that's bigger than a storm.
So
you don't want to get in trouble with
it's. I don't even know if it'd be getting in trouble. It's speculation because nothing's been confirmed.
Even yet, this deep into the
and that's kind of a spoiler in and of itself.
Okay.
It's not confirmed whether he has a devil fruit or although the actor might have accidentally confirmed that on his Instagram. I think I saw something about, he posted something about, I love this character and I love his devil fruit power, and then he had to like delete that part of his post later on because it's never been said. But a lot of people speculated from the get-go that was his thing.
That was a pinpoint strike. And I don't know how I didn't notice it the first 2 times I watched it, but now I know I have to go back and I have to finish this series for a 3rd time because I'm picking up little stuff like that. And it was, it was really cool. So, I absolutely loved the opening with Miss Valentine in the line. Now I've got Marine all over my heels. I mean, that is literally my first note on the entire season, because we've got just a wonderful performance there.
I think overall the performances this season were a bit stronger overall. I mean, once you get a cast that's returning, they get more comfortable with their characters, they get more comfortable in their delivery. But you want to know my favorite line delivery of the
entire season,
I think it's of the entire show. All right, and it's a live action exclusive. They're in Laboon, and they point out the uvula, and Zoro goes, "Oh, so it's a girl whale," and I just went, that line had me dying.
I did catch that.
That was hands
funny.
down my favorite line. It was so funny.
Why are hallway fights so satisfying?
Hallway fight, you want me to explain it?
30 seconds or less.
Okay, hallway fights are super satisfying because it's tight, it's enclosed, it's claustrophobic, and you can hide a lot with very little.
Okay.
So it is. Now, in doing so, that's more difficult for camera. It's very difficult for the camera person, and it takes a little more effort beforehand. But the reason it's so satisfying is because it's everything that people want in an action scene. It's tight, it's intense. The claustrophobia makes it feel more intense.
Okay.
And it just.
So, if it's Vader going down the hallway, taking out the Rebel Alliance, if it's Daredevil going down the hallway to save the kid,
Yep.
right, and it's Miss All Sunday and her introduction and just tearing through all of the Marines with all of those arms, and it's brutal assassination. I mean, they establish her character as absolutely ruthless.
Now, it was a really great establishing opening scene. I liked it. I liked it. Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Now, knowing what we know, because I'm almost 600 chapters through, and we don't have to pretend like I don't know who she is. I'm still intrigued by a character that becomes a member of the crew who is only Zoro is as ruthless as she is, and that's having a wild card in here.
You could make arguments for you could make arguments that Sanji could. He definitely isn't, but he could.
He's got the capability.
He's got the capability of it. Frankie also could,
but you don't see.
But you don't see them doing it. Right?
Yeah. And the arms were very well done.
Yes.
I noticed on a reviewing legs being thrown in there. I mean, just the total and complete abilities that she has. The CGI. Here's my other big complaint about season 2, and to a lesser extent season 1. The CGI is uneven.
Yes, it's very uneven.
There are moments where the CGI is gorgeous and it's perfect and it looks absolutely phenomenal, and then there's moments when it's really bad, and it's the connection between the upper arm and the body that, in that hallway sequence where things get a little messy. And the other thing, and you notice this throughout the entire, whether it's Smoker looking at people, whether it's Dorian Broggy, eye lines.
Yes.
And with Chopper also. They were not able to get the eye lines to match up. No. And it's noticeable. And if they can fix that in season 3, it would be wonderful.
Yes.
So in a series that's otherwise so well done, it's a little bit jarring when you see how off it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can look past the obvious wire works in the fight sequences.
See,
I think they bother you more than they bother me.
The obvious wire work only bothers me in 2 instances. So if you're gonna get me on that real quick. My issue with the wire sequences is that you can tell that it's done by a hand pull and not a machine. 9 times out of 10.
You think it's uneven?
No, it's slow.
Oh.
It's slow. It's too floaty.
Oh,
and when it stands out, it's whenever they put Taz on a wire, Sanji. Whenever they put Sanji on a wire, it's just slow. Whenever he spins,
right.
I could literally show you videos of me doing that exact same thing at the exact same speed, and you can see exactly how it works. And when you see it, you can't unsee it, and that's a me problem. And I said that when we were talking about the last season. Yeah. That's a me problem. Right. That is me going and saying, "Oh, yeah." I just, it takes me out because I know I'm like, now I'm looking and going, "Oh, I see how they did that." And they didn't distract me from the fact that I know how they did that. So, but that's an unfair lens to judge the action by.
Yeah, you can't judge through inside baseball.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't judge. It's unfair to judge through inside baseball.
I've got some of those videos he's talking about on my phone, and they're just really cool to look at. They really are. They're kind of fun. So All Sunday's accent, I have to admit. Let's just, go there since, we're talking about her right in the beginning. Lyra, is it Abova?
I believe so.
Miss All Sunday. First time I saw her, I thought to myself, ooh, I don't like this. let me just say that she has not overwon me over in her performance, but I think she's a scene stealer.
Yes.
I think she's a scene stealer in just about every scene that she's in. And she is so good.
It's not in secret, Croc. I have not been practicing them in secret. I've been doing them for 8 years. It has not been a secret. No, I agree 100%.
I so love the performance that I can't wait to see her perform the "I Want to Live" line.
That's what everyone has been saying. That's what everyone has been saying.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
It's going to be great. I will say, and I don't think it's a performance issue. I think it's an editing issue. I think whoever stitched her lines in the scenes where she first shows up on the Mary and confronts the Straw Hats, I think they stitched her lines together too fast. They felt fast. They felt too rapid fire. It didn't feel like the lines had any room to breathe.
Okay.
But I feel like that, again, I don't think it wasn't the line delivery
You think it's
that tipped me off. I think
thing?
it was I think it was the editors, because I noticed that when the focus was on her, when the camera was on her, it felt natural.
Yes.
The pace felt natural. But they would cut to like the reaction shots of the Straw Hats.
So the shots looking down from above with her back.
Yeah, they're looking, they cut to the shots of the Straw Hats reacting to what she's saying, and it's like, okay, it feels like this didn't clip together right in the edit.
Okay.
It feels like the editors didn't give enough room to let the reaction sink in. But again, that's an editing issue. That's not a performance issue. I think as Robin all Sunday, she does a fantastic job.
Oh,
I think she knocks it out of the park.
There are.
Actually, I will say, I think honestly they could do with less makeup. They put like some eyeliner around, some eyeshadow, and I think they could do without it.
Okay.
Seeing her out of costume, I think if they do that, if they take off like the rosy blush or whatnot, I know she's all Sunday right now, so that might be a character choice, but I think she would look great if they just did away with most of that after she joins the crew.
Well, let's see how she does moving forward.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really liked when it came out in this first episode, and it just got better as season 2 went along, is that Nami is smiling. And I did say, back when we looked at season 1, the year later review, the revisit.
Yeah, because we did that too.
That she was so serious. Now the storyline that they had her on in season 1, you can understand it. So I've been waiting to see in season 2, would we get a Nami that personality-wise was closer to the manga, and we got it.
Yes.
Not only did we get it, but we see the switch between the serious side of her and the playful, happy side of her, and the actress has a beautiful smile.
Yes.
And they let that come out multiple times. And so you get a much more natural performance and a happier person. And it's really a pleasure to see because it does justice to the character.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Having said that, they don't with Zoro. And I'm gonna stake a claim on this one, and I don't know how many people will disagree, but Zoro in live action is too serious. He's far more serious than the manga character, and so much so that, yeah, go ahead.
No, that is an observation that not only has been made. It's an observation that's been made within the manga, because there is a point at which, I won't talk about it too much, but there's a point at which Zoro's character becomes a lot more serious than he is, and he's already a very serious character.
Right.
And there's points where you kind of look back and you forget how long it's been since you've seen Zoro genuinely like at ease, like just chill and like happy.
Okay.
And it hits like a truck because you're like, oh crap. and that's about all I'll say on that. But I've noticed the same
You're talking
thing.
about in the manga?
I'm talking about in the manga, and
Okay.
it's just a natural character development, and it works in the manga.
Okay.
But like, if you look at Zoro in the current manga, and you look at him when he's introduced, it's almost two completely different characters. He's changed so much.
Okay, so I'm really glad you said that, because this afternoon I pulled out 2 volumes, 1 through 6, and that covered 52 chapters. And I started counting the amount of times you see Zoro smile in the first 52 chapters.
Yeah.
And it's 23 times.
Okay.
And he's not in every chapter. He's not on every page.
No.
This is, a character that's in there, but he's not a dominating, continual presence like Luffy is. And that's a lot of smiling.
Yes.
And
he was a very happy dude in the...
Right. Now, going through these 52 chapters, I also noticed how, I'm going to use the word primitive. That's really not the right way to describe it, but how primitive the artwork is compared to what comes later. When I went back and I took a look at all this stuff, I was like, holy cow. And the changes when you're reading are subtle, but the artwork improves so much, and it develops so much, like as does the writing. So there were lines that were delivered that should have been delivered with a smile and weren't. And I actually wrote down one of them, and it was while they were in the kitchen, and Nami's talking about, the reverse mountain and what they have to do to get through it.
Yeah.
And how perfect it has to be. And Zoro's line is, "Get it right or die." And it really should have been delivered with a smile.
I agree.
It should have. And so I don't know if that's an actor interpretation, if that's direction, if that's script.
I have no idea.
Gotta lighten up just a little bit. The Sanji, Nami, Usopp interplay is natural. It's unforced. It's
the chemistry that the cast has with each other is incredible.
And so, and I want to make sure that I get the name right, because I have the entire cast here. And
now you're gonna have to sort through it all to.
Well, and now I can't. Oh wait, it's right here on page 1. Jacob Romero.
Yes.
As Usopp.
He's a standout.
Phenomenal.
As a standout.
He is so good. And I thought he was good in the first season, and it's just even better now. So yeah,
I love what they're doing with Usopp in the live action. I love it. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I love it. They're just giving him more opportunities to develop, and it's just.
Well, okay, so I'm going to jump ahead in my notes here. Since,
Do it.
This is a cool thing about Usopp that I noticed. When we're on
Little Garden?
Little Garden, thank you.
I just knew where we were going.
Yeah. When we're on Little Garden, and clearly Usopp is the one character who's going to save the day, right?
Yep.
Usopp defaults to Usopp, and he runs. But there was a difference in the running in the live action compared to what's been shown in the manga. In the live action, if you listen to his self-talk as he's running gives him the opportunity to process.
Yes.
Running allows him to clear his thoughts, think through the situation, come up with a plan, and then dive into the plan. And so running really isn't a weakness. Running is a strength for Usopp.
It's almost it's not, he doesn't run, he tactically retreats.
Okay, we'll call it tactical retreat. I'll take it.
Whether that describes what's going on inside his, brain as he does it, I don't know, but.
Well, what's going on? Yeah, I think maybe on the surface level it appears like he's just running.
Yeah.
But it's the.
But no, you're right. That is exactly what is going on.
The conversation, his self-talk.
It's giving him a second to
develop his strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like it. I really like it. I really like what they're doing with that character. So, way back when it first started airing, you and I had a very short conversation about episode 1, and you were talking about the conversation between Roger and Garp.
I like that. You didn't.
I really didn't.
I liked it a lot, and I think this is where we're gonna disagree on.
I think I figured out why I don't like it.
Why?
I have a sneaking suspicion that conversation was longer and it was edited for time. And I think a couple of Garp's reactions are disproportionate to what's being said.
Okay.
And I realized that if things were edited out, then it did a disservice to the actor.
Okay. The thing that I like about it is that it, when you see in the manga it's great because, Oda's art style carries so much of the heavy lifting in many scenes like this, where
Yes.
because you've gotten to that point where Roger is just like, "Hey Garp, take care of my kid for me, thanks, bye," and he's grinning ear to ear, and he's got that big, insane mustache, and he has that demonic almost grin, and Garp's like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing? You can't demand me to do that," and blah blah blah, and it's so animated. This felt subtler. Roger felt a little more like if you were going to adapt it, it felt like how you should adapt it. It felt awkward, which it should be. It's two guys who have been chased on a
fighting for 20 years.
Fighting for 20 years, right. And it's like Roger still has a little element of that. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to do this for me, and Garp's like, seriously? I enjoy it. And I really like, and I said this, I think some of the veteran actors really outshine other cast members when they get on. I mean, Garp steals the show whenever he's on screen.
He's larger than life.
He steals, he is chewing scenery. He's a fucking beaver. He is chewing through scenery.
Garp the beaver.
Yeah. And
someone's got to draw that. Someone with our art skills has got to put a beaver in Garp's uniform. I would put that on a t-shirt.
He is chewing scenery whenever he's on. But I think a lot of the older cast does.
Yeah.
They have the mature and the more mature gravitas.
They have the acting experience.
That the young actors just don't have the life experience yet for it. And that's not a shot or anything. It's just really fun to see.
Scene stealers. Nobody in this entire cast steals a scene better than Jeff Ward.
As Buggy.
Buggy.
No, one, and that's another one. That's another.
Incredible.
And Mihawk.
Well,
Mihawk isn't even a tangible person in this season. He doesn't make any physical appearance. He's a hallucination of Zoro's, and he still steals every scene.
Well, so when you and I were talking about that just a little bit, we were talking about how these two are so popular, they had to write them into. I hated the court scene. I really did. It felt contrived. It was campy. It kept reminding me of the Adam West Batman series, and but at the same time, you've got to bring Jeff Ward back. He's just that good.
Yeah, no.
And so,
you don't strike gold and then avoid it, for the rest of the.
Yeah. So the big question is, how can you bring him back in season 3? I mean, how can you not? But manifesting Mihawk having free rent in Zoro's head was brilliant.
Yes,
it was absolutely brilliant.
That was. I love, and again, he steals every
Yes, he does. Yeah, larger than life. All right.
It's perfect casting all around. Just mwah.
The weapons shop owner. I've got his name because it's the Ipponmatsu, James Hiroyuki Lau. as Ippenmatsu. It was like he stepped out of the manga into the screen. The guy was absolutely fantastic. Talk about taking a small part. Because you know we're never going to see him again, right? Taking a small part and then just absolutely capitalizing on it. That guy's performance was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So I truly enjoyed that. And I loved their casting in the performance of Tashigi.
Yeah.
Now, I've been a Tashigi fan since I first met the character. And
Yes.
you
have.
I was not happy that they took the Smoker Tashigi conversation about justice and establishing your own justice, and they took it from Smoker and they gave it to Kobe.
Yeah.
I really hated that.
Yeah.
Because it makes Smoker a little more two-dimensional, and that was a third dimension to Smoker's character that's really important to understanding Smoker.
So you want to know I had one of those.
Okay.
All right. You want to know my scene and I understand why they changed it, but the scene that I didn't like, I know a lot of people liked it for reasons I can't get into yet. But the scene that I was like, oh no, please, why, was Luffy and Laboon. That was my big disappointment of the season. When Luffy, calms down Laboon and gets him to stop, and he sings Bink Sake. I understand why they did it. And that was about as good of a fix as you were going to get. But I don't like that fix, because I think it takes away part of Luffy's arc in this section of story. And I will explain why.
Please do, because I have to blow the dust off the memory banks on that arc.
So in the manga,
right,
Laboon is bashing his head.
Right.
Crocus is explaining why.
Right.
Luffy, being Luffy, jumps in, breaks the mast off Mary, starts impales it on Laboon, and starts trying to fight Laboon.
Okay.
And then calls timeout, and then tells Laboon, all right, we're calling a timeout. It means we have unfinished business. And then he paints the straw hat on Laboon and is like, you can't damage that until we get back and we can finish this. And that is vintage early Luffy.
Yes.
That is vintage early Luffy acting on pure instinct.
Right.
Singing Bink Sake is too intelligent for Luffy at this point in the story. It's too well thought out. It's too well thought out for this. And the reason why is because later on but this is why I'll tie it in, because later on at Drum Island, what's the big moment with Vivi? Luffy's ready to fight the villagers, and Vivi tells him to calm down.
Right.
That doesn't hit quite as hard if Luffy already knows how to calm down and approach things from a different angle.
That's a real good point.
So
that's a real good observation.
It doesn't. And I understand they couldn't do a full CGI fight scene between Luffy and Laboon. Too intelligent is diabolical, someone says. I understand why, and if you're going to introduce Brooke and you're going to introduce that whole backstory, which that's a whole thing. I love everything else about that section. I actually loved.
Okay.
And we'll get to that. But that's the one thing I'm like, I felt like it took away from that Vivi scene later on, because that's the first time Luffy really gets put in his place about his impulsiveness.
Yeah.
And when you have him sit down and reassess a situation and do that, I'm like, okay, it wasn't horrible. I will say it wasn't horrible. I prefer the impulsive Luffy who learns how not to think first, or learns to think first and not act on his instincts 100% of the time. So that was my one scene that I was like, okay.
You know what bothered me about that scene?
What?
Nyake's got a lot of talents, but singing apparently is not one of them.
Jeez,
Now,
okay.
I will tell you this: his showmanship, 100%,
Oh no, yeah,
he was
100%.
all in. That was out of his range.
Woof. Woof.
What?
Woof.
What? Okay, but since we're talking about out of the range and voices a little bit, let's talk about the casting of Brooke.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you something.
No. Peak. Perfect. No notes. Go for it. That's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you how dense I can be. I mean, like how really, really dense I can be.
Okay.
It never once occurred to me that Brooke's hairstyle, as shown in the manga throughout the entire thing, would mean he was black. I mean, it just never occurred to me. And I looked at the casting and I went, listen to that voice. I mean, the voice is incredible.
Amazing.
And so I'm looking at his smile, and I'm looking at this performance, and I am seeing this absolutely perfect performance. But I'm listening to that voice saying, oh, that's a perfect voice, because if you close your eyes and imagine that voice coming out of a skeleton, oh my goodness, that is absolutely perfect. That wasn't casting for season 2's performance. That was casting for like much later.
Season 5's performance.
Yeah, it really was. It was just absolutely phenomenal. So I was really excited about that.
All right, they make a good point.
What?
Luffy's not good at singing. So it is, at least in character. That is true. He never watched that. He never got that far in the anime. So there's some aspects from the anime that wouldn't be.
Oh, we had someone comment just this week about hoping that we will cover the anime, and I said, yeah, we're planning on doing that. But I mean, let's face it, that's years in the future. But we do.
There's an anime episode I'm going to show you as soon as we get through Marineford. As soon as we get through the Marineford video.
Oh, okay.
Not through the Marineford video. Once we get through the following section.
Gotcha.
We'll do it. That was a request. It's fan letter.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Will Zoro ultimately fall to the cursed Katetsu? I had that question as I was watching, because they make a big deal talking about how it's cursed, and he does the arm thing and he does the sword flip, and I just thought, I wonder if ultimately at the end he will.
Wrong picture. My bad. I grabbed the wrong sticker. I needed this sticker instead. Good question.
I enjoyed the little bit of the little sequence of Zeph stealing Sanji's elephant blue tuna recipe and serving it after all the criticism. And
since we're bouncing around and still jumping back to what is obviously Logtown notes, I want to say, Taz killed it at the end of this season in that one scene at Drum Island.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
I'm like,
yes, he did. You got to see his range.
Killed it. It was so good that I'm going to forgive the production crew for having him speak that dialogue and spoil his future story.
Oh, I got to tell you. Okay.
I reached that point and I was like, this is not worth avoiding season 2 for, but man, I am upset.
So there's a whole bunch of funny things that have gone on, and part of it is because of the comments that have been left, and people's reactions, and you and I have talked about how we were going to do this whole thing. I realize that there's a couple characters that I saw that maybe were pulled from the future that I haven't gotten to yet. But I don't think there's anything that was so important that it's a serious spoiler.
I think most of the serious spoilers, the big name drops,
right.
And there's quite a few, and there's quite a bit of spoilers, where it's like...
I wouldn't know what they were.
You have no reference. You have no frame of reference. That's why I was basically like... And it's not like Sanji, went into his entire other...
Okay. So I will tell you this.
But you texted me and you were like, he has another backstory?
I was so disappointed truly disappointed that I saw that scene, because being surprised by a Sanji backstory in the future would have been such a delight. And your response was, they only scratched the surface, there's more to it, and I can understand that. But this one hit emotionally.
Yes.
This one hit hard. It was a phenomenal performance.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
It took the creepy out of Sanji and humanized him so well.
Well,
and in the relationship between he and Nami, right? It was so good. But
live action Sanji is way less creepy than manga Sanji, who is also leagues less creepy than anime Sanji. Who the people who make the anime, the company Toei, they despise Sanji. They go out of their way to make him look worse than he is in the manga. He has a horrible reputation with people because of that, and it's because they overdo his gags in the anime.
Gotcha. It's I was really disappointed by that, and it just but that was the only point. And then we had this funny thing this afternoon. I told you about this. We had this funny thing this afternoon. We were watching the end of episode 2, and Dragon's watching the ship leave, and he's talking, and Mama Peach is like, she stops the show. She says, "Don't watch. Turn and look away. Turn and look away." And I looked at her and I was like, "What are you talking about? I've already seen this twice."
Have no you've seen it twice and you have no idea what she could possibly be in reference to.
Yeah, and she got so annoyed with me just for a little bit. So I looked away. She started it, and then she said, "Okay, you can watch again." And I have absolutely no clue what the deal was of what I was seeing or hearing. It was kind of amusing. But she's really trying to honor the spoiler-free aspect of this whole thing. So, Bartolomeo.
Yes.
Okay, so he comes in and he does this scene in Nami teaching him how to be a better pickpocket
that was great.
That was
fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
And she went from playing with him to almost hinting at seduction to pulling back and just like in seconds on the camera. It was so well done. But I have a note here, and I don't know where I saw it somewhere. Straw Hat Fleet, Bartolomeo.
Okay, I don't know why you don't go any further into that.
Don't go any further into that?
Don't go any. Okay, so Bartolomeo comes in, and I mentioned this slightly. Bartolomeo comes in at a future arc.
Okay.
And I'm going to be very careful with what I say here. He comes in a future arc. He's a great character, and it is mentioned in the arc where he shows up that he was present at Logtown. So they put him in retro.
Okay.
You know, they
right.
They were like, we have the opportunity to. We're going to introduce this character, but they haven't even gone into like what he can do and his significance overall and and everything else. And so I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And he looked good, like from the page
right
in the anime to the screen. I mean, that was a pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good. I liked him.
So they didn't just make him up for...
No.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Buggy's entrance in that episode. You know what his line is? What are you reading?
I was just glancing.
Oh.
Anyway, what were you...
His entrance.
Yeah.
His line. "You miss me, dickbag?" Oh my god. What a way to splash yourself on screen. And of course, Luffy says, "Bunny."
No, he says, "Bunny."
You know.
He sounds like he's disappointed.
Well, you know, "Buggy, you know my name." And then that little exchange with Elvita, "You met her once, you know her name."
that was also funny.
That was really good.
Again, he just steals the show every time he appears on screen.
He does. And then, so, you know, we've jumped around so much through the notes here. Truly, I mentioned this in our last video, and then today as I was rereading my notes, I had written it down here, is the ice cream scene with Smoker. I so love that scene.
Yes.
It is such a great balance with Helmeppo, Boa, and Smoker and the treatment kids.
Yep. I agree. It is crucial for Smoker's character, and
Yes.
I think they did a fantastic job with it. I liked Smoker overall.
I did too.
I didn't think he was the perfect casting, but I think he was good casting.
Yes.
And I think their look for him was pretty good.
Yeah. When all of the
his effects. Okay, here's how you can tell where my mind is when I'm watching stuff like this. I saw him start using his smoke, and I went, oh, they broke out the big fog machines for this one. Because a lot of that was real smoke. And I'm like, yes, I can tell that it was real smoke.
In our last video, there was such a debate and not an argument, but so many people were diving in on the different types of devil fruit and explaining it. Apparently, they took notice of how you described it to me and had some complaints. But
I forgot that Mr. 3 is a Paramecian, not a Logia.
Yeah,
that was the big thing.
But
I should have caught that.
Some of their comments made sense to me when I was watching Smoker turn to smoke. When you see Sanji spinning through the air and trying to kick him, and he just travels right through him.
Yeah.
And then taking the smoke and then shooting the smoke hands out. I was like, okay, I get it. Luffy's not shooting rubber out at people.
Yeah.
Mr. 3 is not turning to wax. He can shoot wax. He can create things with wax. He doesn't himself turn into wax.
Nikolai, can you give me a hint as to which character that is? I'm curious.
I enjoyed the Tashigi Zoro fight. I enjoyed how he played with her much the way Mihawk played with him. She wasn't really a challenge, and so he wasn't going to put his all into it. He didn't pull his sword till he absolutely had to.
Don't hunt rabbits with a cannon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's still one of the that line is so rude. Don't hunt rabbits with a cannon when referring to your opponent.
Your response from Nikolai.
Okay, cool.
Clearly not one that I need to see or understand.
Not yet.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
My notes have meandered into episode 2 here.
Why not?
I really liked Reverse Mountain.
Yeah.
I think, outside of my earlier complaint about the graphics sometimes being uneasy, I wish they would have invested in a fan on the downward side. Maybe make it look like their hair is whipping back as they go down here.
I will say they put a lot of budget into the sets this season.
Okay.
I can tell.
Okay.
Because they didn't put that budget into a lot else. Which is fine, because the sets looked amazing. Logtown looked incredible.
Yeah.
Whiskey Peak.
Yeah.
Looked amazing.
Yep.
Honestly, the only set that I was oh, really? This is all we got was the Drum Island sets. The castle could have been a little more, I thought, personally. But other than that, the sets...
Yeah.
And they were already good last season, but they got a
much better, yeah.
Serious upgrade.
The costuming, man. That costume department is working overtime.
Yeah.
On that show.
Yeah, it is.
I laughed out loud at "Hey Whale, get out of the way." And you know what I really enjoyed? You know what I really enjoyed? Because I'm this far into the manga, 5 more minutes to Don.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Waking up.
You're far enough in to know that.
I'm far enough in to know that. I was like,
for those of you who are wondering,
I was watching and I went, "Hey, I know that. I get that reference." It was really. Crocus was fantastic.
Amazing.
Great acting. Great
Amazing.
casting. Fantastic costuming. The accent is perfect. All right, you overgrown guppy. That was just a great line. And Luffy calling him Flower Pops, which, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like that as we said, I like that they took the opportunity to just introduce Brooke.
Oh yeah.
Early.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the sort of thing that I'm like, yeah, this is what you do with hindsight. You're not ruining anything. You're introducing a character that no one who hasn't read ahead in the manga has any context for. This is good. This is great. This is a great use of. It's a great use of free will, is what I was about to say.
They gave a phenomenal actor time to shine.
Yes.
As well as set the future, which was really good.
Yeah.
They made a whale cry. I don't know why I wrote that down.
Probably because they made a whale cry.
Naomi made a comment at the end of season 2. I'm so out of, or not season 2, episode 2. I'm so out of my element. And I made the note, out of our element is when this crew does its best work. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The talent, technique, and style exchange between Sanji and Zoro is a phenomenal exchange, you know? And the line, the cook beat you. That was really good. The Luffy questioning Miss Wednesday scene on the ship is hysterical. And there's another example of fantastic casting.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to absolutely hack the pronunciation of this actress's name. Charithra, is it Chandran?
Chandran?
Chandran? Absolutely perfect. And you know,
yeah, no, 100%.
Not only was she perfect for it, but the child that they cast as the younger Vivi.
How?
I know.
How?
I know.
It's like they went into a freaking like lab and cloned her. Like
I'm wondering how long their casting process is.
It's got to be
it's got to be.
It's got to be insane.
Yeah, because it's fantastic.
Knowing how they've been casting, they probably already have Law and Kid from Sabaody cast, you know, well, or at least they probably have an idea.
So I went through, I was looking for cast members from season 2 and ended up getting the entire cast for both seasons. And it's 6 pages of casting. And in the very bottom, I saw a picture of Cole Escola as Bon Clay. And I just looked at this actor's photo and I said to myself, oh, perfect. This guy is absolutely perfect for the look of Bon Clay. If Cole can pull off the character as well as the look, I'm really excited about that. And of course, that means we're going to see Bon Clay in season 3 because the year next to it was 2027. So that was
yeah, that's I mean, this is around the time that Bon Clay gets introduced into is pre-Alabasta.
Okay.
Post
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. I forgot. Yes, because they become friends first. And he doesn't realize, yep, okay. Yep, that's perfect. Yep. Did you notice that, I don't know if you read it this way, but Usopp's storytelling in the manga, at least early on, feels pathetic. Usopp's storytelling in the live action is just fun. It's like Usopp enjoys telling these stories. Like, he enjoys being a storyteller more than he enjoys making himself be the hero. Although he always makes himself, the hero, and that's part of the character.
Yeah, he has to. It's Captain Usopp.
Sanjay's cocktail performance, that was awkward. That was bad. I have never once seen a bartender spin bottles like that, and I've been in my share of bars.
We're in whiskey.
Yeah,
Peak right now.
yeah, I'm rolling through. I'm in episode 3. I'm rolling through my notes here.
I'm gonna say my controversial thing now that we're at that.
Yeah, say it, because
The bar fight was okay. The bar fight was okay.
Yeah, I knew you were different.
That's my controversy. That's my biggest hot take. The bar fight was okay, and there are 2 fights that were better in season 2.
Okay.
And
which 2?
The 2 fights that were better is it's Zoro versus Mr. 5 on the Candelabra.
Okay.
And
that was a good fight.
And
that was really a good fight.
That was clean. And
yes,
then the other one is the Silhouette Tashigi versus Mr. 11, which was completely made up for this.
Yeah, that was.
And
yes.
that was also really good. And the reason I like those two little snippets, they're short, they're fast, they're clean.
Yes, sir.
All right. There's no mess. There is no wasted movement.
Yes.
There's so much noise in group fights, and there's 2 ways to do group fights. There's like you can do one versus a group, or you can do a group versus a group. And that's basically the only way you can do group fights.
Right.
And one versus a group is insanely hard and takes a lot of time and a lot of practice and requires months upon months upon months of prep, and should take months upon months of prep to get it right. And the series that did it best, they did it once, and it's a 1v50, and it's Daredevil Season 2. That stairwell fight is perfect.
Okay.
That stairwell fight is about as technically perfect as you can get.
Okay.
And if you watch...
Now I have to go watch
if you watch the previs footage, and you can find it online, if you find the previs footage of the stunt team practicing it and layered with the finished product, it is 1-to-1. You never get 1-to-1.
Okay.
Not only because 90% of the time they cut out half the fight scene in the finished product, but you never get 1-to-1 because you never get a full stunt team for the previs. Gotcha. And they did.
Okay.
And I've seen the previs for the Zoro versus 100 Bounty Hunters fight, because it went up over Instagram. That stunt team shared it, and no hate, they did a fantastic job. But that previs is looks very different
than what they finally came up with.
Than the final product. Angles, camera, where the stunts were placed. It's not a 1-to-1.
They took the street fight from the manga and they put it in a bar.
Yeah, and they put it in a bar.
And they showed us what was
some really cool stunts in there too. Some really cool like falling off of stuff.
Yep.
But
they had everything in there that you
a lot of phantoming, a lot of broken bottles, a lot of kicking tables.
The obligatory Wild West slide across the bar.
Yep.
You get that in every Wild West bar fight.
Oh, someone said Old Boy. Who said that?
Old Boy.
Coleman 4178. You know ball. Old Boy, yes. You know ball.
It's this will be a great workout for my new swords. Is a great way to kick that off. Could have been said with a smile, you know. But I really enjoyed the sword to the ear in that exchange with the nun.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I think they did some. I think they did some creative stuff with it. From a technical standpoint, I'm just looking at it because I want to see, I want to see more. I want to see more than bad guy raises sword, gets cut down. Bad guy 2 comes in with sword, gets cut down. Bad guy 3 comes in with sword. We see that.
Yeah.
And it's good that you can do that times 100. And it's good that you can do it competently times 100. just be. Let's see a little bit. Let's see, creativity.
I don't like those scenes primarily because they're so unrealistic. In that if these were really 100 killers, they'd have just bum rushed them.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind that aspect as much. Right. Again, I talk about Daredevil. The other one that is a fantastic, but it's a group fight, which is harder to do than a 1v group in terms of like from a technical perspective, because you got to have people working completely in sync and the timing has to be perfect. But I think the gold standard from a technical aspect for just a complete group brawl is Kingsman 1.
Okay.
That is about as perfect with cuts and cowboy switch
I
twice.
remember talking about that.
That fight scene is about as technically perfect as you can get.
I enjoyed the fact that they showed us what they hinted at in Arlong Park, when in the manga you see the results of Sanji versus the fishmen, who were billed as so superior, and there's all these dead fishmen around, and there's Sanji sitting in a chair. Right now we actually get to see it in this, and it was typical Hollywood fare, the fight. Did you notice when Luffy crashes the ice cream cart with Vivian and Agarum in it? First thing that Nami does when she runs over, she grabs his hat. I love that. I absolutely loved that. What was Zoro's last kill? I wrote on here, Zoro, kill number 100 was brutal, and now I don't even remember what it was. What was his last kill?
I'd have to go back and watch the end of that fight again.
So, the live action better bring Igaram back.
Yeah, I think they have to, because he comes back later in the...
He comes back later in the manga.
Yeah.
And you get to meet his wife, who looks almost identical to him and has the same hairstyle. And, And I want to see his live action wife. That's really, I do. You got to bring him back because I want to see her. So yeah.
Things I never thought I'd hear Dad say ever.
What?
Just in general.
I found episodes 4 and 5, the opening conversation between Miss All Sunday and the crew, I really enjoyed it. I liked seeing how quickly she disarmed the crew. I like how Luffy crushed her offered log pose and the promise of safety with it, which was a pretty badass move.
Yep.
Especially standing there with someone who has just so easily overpowered you.
Yes.
And then I think I asked this once before. I think I asked this in one of the manga sections, but if you hold her wrists, can she still work her devil fruit spells? Does she have to do this in order to make them work? Does anybody know the answer to that question?
I feel like yes. I feel like you would have to. So I feel like there's points where she has her hands tied behind her back and she can't do it. But I'm not certain. I'm not 100% certain on that. I'm not confident enough to 100% claim that as fact.
Bragi, Dory, and Miss Golden Week look like they stepped off the page and onto the screen. And Miss Golden Week was a delight. She was absolutely fantastic. And she's got a line, and now I don't know where I wrote it down.
She's kind of bland in the manga and the anime, but
she's not bland.
She's not bland in the live action. I was like, whoa.
Well, she talks about putting her parents in a box, and she says they were so noisy, at least for the first few days.
Yeah. I'm like, girl.
That was absolutely deranged.
Chill. Girl.
That was a great line. It was a great delivery. There was a scene way up high looking down at dead Bragi with Dory standing over him and a tiny little Usopp running, out into the fighting area. and I thought there was a bug running across my screen.
Ah.
I honestly thought there was a.
Hey, they did go with the scale then.
They did perfectly with the scale.
Yeah, I liked the giants. I liked everything about Little Garden. Oh man, are we gonna talk about Mr. 3?
Oh hey, yeah. You know what? What do you got for Mr. Besides the fact that I just absolutely loved him.
It's perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Again, perfect casting. And that was suggested, like, people were suggesting that, and it was like, yeah, it was one of those situations where people kind of were like, oh, he would be perfect for it. And apparently, the production was on the same page, because they also apparently went, yeah, he would be. Because
I've never seen the guy before.
yes, you have.
I have?
Yes, Ant-Man.
What are you doing, Ant-Man?
He was the Russian in Ant-Man's crew. He was one of them. You've seen him in a few things.
Russian and Ant-Man's crew.
So
I might have to go back and take a look.
I mean, it's been years, but
okay.
you know the dude with the van who picks Paul Rudd out of jail.
Yeah.
His Hispanic buddy.
Yeah.
Well, he had a crew of people.
Okay.
To work with, and one of them is played by.
Oh,
really? His name's David, I think, the actor.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He's just
David.
Yep.
Dastmalchian.
Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend like I know how that's pronounced.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Or Dastmalchian or Dastmalchian. Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, he's.
And, did you notice Brocky's nose hair?
Yes, of course I noticed that he had nose hair because why wouldn't you?
It was braided right on his nose into his mustache.
I saw it too.
Oh my goodness. Creepy long stocking was a great line for to describe Miss Golden Week.
Yeah.
I absolutely I loved Miss Valentine, Jazara Jaslyn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the now I've got marine all over my shoe or all over my heels, which is so good. Her complaining, I've been waiting to kill someone all day, and then yelling shortly after that, I am incredibly sweet. She was a delight. It really was.
They all just put so much into their characters.
So yeah. So I'm just kind of hopscotching, through my notes here because I really
might as well.
A whole lot here. The Sanji backstory bedside scene actually brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah,
it did. It was that good.
Yeah. Same. I know the context behind too, so it's like extra.
Well, and then Sanji being willing to cry in front of Nami, talking about major character development.
Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed something during the season resolution. I mean, I really didn't have a lot to talk about when it came to the whole Drum Island. It followed along nicely. I wasn't a big fan of Wapol's jaw. Just the actual physical,
I think the jaw was a little too big, and I think that's part of the reason why it probably felt a little uncanny. Is because I think it was a little too physically large. If they had shaved it down just a tiny bit to be more
streamlined,
just a tiny bit, because you don't want to do that too much because it needs to be exaggerated, but just a tiny bit. I think would have.
This is nitpicking. Actually,
that's really nitpicking.
But during the season resolution, Vivi makes the comment, "We're going to need another doctor," considering all the trouble that we get into. And what really caught me on that was the pronoun "we." It's very clear through this. Probably clearer for me in the live action than it was in the manga, how she is integrated into the crew and almost is absorbed as a member of the crew.
Yeah, she 100% is. That's why people call her the honorary Straw Hat.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's part of the whole thing with the X at the end of Alabasta, where they hold the thing up. It's like, no, you are now, and you will be always a member of this crew, because that's how we all identified each other. Yeah.
Was anybody besides me screaming at the television screen, "Sanji, slide out of your shoes"? He's in the fight, guy with
the static.
The static and the hair and the little black hairballs sticking into the floor, and I'm just like, kick your shoes off! I was screaming at the TV.
On that note,
yeah,
on the topic I was talking about earlier, yeah, the previs for that entire fight sequence, way longer than the final cut.
Really?
Yeah, it's all over Instagram.
And then probably the last thing I made notice of in my notes was the music. The music selection.
Yeah.
For this show was absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
And I love the continued use of the cards to introduce the characters and how the actors will cut through them, grab them, crumple them up, throw them on the ground. That is a great bit. And I hope they keep it going through the rest.
I hope so, too.
Yeah. So, I've watched it twice now. I haven't watched anybody else's commentary on it. I just wanted to just absorb it, let it percolate. I'm glad we took time before we talked about it.
Be a little careful watching other people's, because there is stuff in here. So there is an event mentioned. I'm only going to, briefly touch. There's stuff mentioned in Roger and Garp's discussion. That's future.
Right.
There's stuff mentioned in Little Garden that is important for the future. There's obviously, as you know, there's something in episode 1 that you don't know, or someone that that you haven't met yet. And but I mean, there's a lot of little. They're doing a really good job, because I'm sitting here and I hear that, and I'm like reacting. I'm viscerally reacting. Like, you did not just mention. Oh, and I'm just like, you know what you're doing, you motherfuckers. You're doing this to give people like me a heart attack. Well, because they're towing the line for people who aren't that far ahead, or who are only watching. They're dropping things that are very important later on, very early, in ways that aren't going to spoil what comes next, because you just have no context. They might as well just be set dressing.
Gotcha.
You know.
Yeah.
This is
although a case they of are if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't.
Yeah, and they're very and if you know, they are very blatant references to important future things. And really the only egregious thing is the Sanji, because it tells you that there's more coming. Right. And there is. Right. And you figured that out immediately, because I got that text and it was all caps, and he was like, no!
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. That one upset me.
Or they introduced someone like Bartolomeo, you know.
Yeah, like, you know what? Most of those were I would never look at it. You don't
like
have
they
to worry
mentioned
about
to
me
Dan.
Going and looking at other people's commentary on it. I'm staying completely off the internet when it comes. I've just started peeking at Dez's stuff.
Well, I knew Smoker and Tashigi were going to be the B plot. We pretty much called that. It's the emoji. It's one of the things I added. It's Dad Poggers.
That was me. That was me.
Hi. Good evening, Dad, Noah, and audiences. How are you? It's noon where I live. What's the time at your place? It is currently 2:15 a.m. our time.
Wow. That was a long, quick hour and 15 minutes.
Is there more to the, was there only a little bit to your, anyway, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
And
when this is over with, he'll explain to me what that is.
Well, that's the donation.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much. And we'll answer some questions after we're done.
It's going to be here in a little bit, actually.
Yeah, we're probably going to wrap this up, like the discussion part of this. I thought it was very bold, but obviously not necessary, but like really cool that they showed Brooke so early. I'm still on that a little bit just because that was so good.
Gotcha.
And if you're just watching the live action, you have no way of knowing.
No, you never would. No, you
You
never
would
would.
never guess that
Yeah.
that guy. You would know he's important by looking. They emphasize it, but it's like you would have no way of knowing.
Okay.
How would he know? How would he know? So, Zoro did kick a table, and I want to say that I filmed it first because I put that in my Star Wars project last year. I had that written in the script like 5 years ago.
Gotcha.
I'm just being so. It was funny. It's really funny because you'll see the same things. It's very Western. It's a very Western thing to dive behind a table, and it's a modern Western thing to kick the table.
Gotcha.
It was just one of those funny things that I was enjoying. I agreed with you on a lot of the actors. Where was it? Smoker's Bike has more screen time in this season than in the entire manga so far. It was really funny.
That was one of the things that I had forgotten.
I was not the only one who pointed this out. This was really funny.
Yeah.
Whoever put the IV into Nami's hand, whether it was Kureha or Chopper, needed to go back and restudy their textbooks because that was a horribly placed IV. And I was not. I saw people posting about that too. I was like, it's not just me.
Really? That's your big complaint?
No, really, a couple I like. I really my biggest thing was the whole like Luffy in the manga, for better or for worse, and there's something to be said about authors going back and making changes to their work after the fact for whatever reason they do, because the author of Invincible is also doing essentially the same thing, where he's with the TV show kind of polishing and changing things. He didn't quite like how he did it the first time.
Okay.
And there's an opportunity for authors to do that, but I think there's something to be said about authors needing to leave some things the same. As long as they're hitting the same general story beats and character moments, I think that they shouldn't change too much about their original work, because the flaws and the mistakes are what make the original work the original work.
Sure.
If people fell in love with your original work, they fell in love with it, flaws and all.
Right.
So I think that there's something to be said about don't change things too much. And my big thing was the Luffy in the start of the story is childish. He's impulsive. He's and he needs this opportunity to learn from Vivi how not to be so impulsive, because that's important for him as a captain.
Yes.
As the future pirate king, and that was really my big disappointment, is that there was a couple things that kind of took away from it. He goes through a lot to take out. It's Mr. 3. I think he just gets lucky in the fight with Mr. 3 and just happens to punch him. He happens to punch the right one, whereas in the manga, when he makes all the clones, and I think I saw a couple of other people mention this as well, but in the manga, Luffy goes out there, he's surrounded by clones,
right,
and he just bam and hits him in one shot.
Yes.
And I was like, it's like, how'd you do that? Instinct. And it's like that kind of doubles down on that whole thing, that Luffy kind of works on instinct.
I was disappointed in that, because we didn't get that walk out there and just, quick one punch and hit and it's over with and get it done. I don't even know why I didn't write that down, because it bothered me both times that I saw it.
Okay, I wasn't the only one.
No.
That is true about Kirkman. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? And this is me getting into Drum Island, just to cover it, because, and I think this would probably Drum Island. It was good. It was a really good adaptation of Drum Island. it was a little rushed. There was things that they kind of cut down for time.
Yes.
Obviously, you're going to have to do that, but I thought Hero Luck was well cast. I thought
Yep.
Kureha was well cast.
I didn't.
Monster Point Chopper was a choice. And we'll leave it at that. Or Strong Point, my bad. Strong Point
Chopper?
Strong Point Chopper, done practically, was a choice. That was a choice. I thought the CGI on him the rest of the time was adorable and just what Chopper needed to be. I thought he was adorable. But, you know, kudos to the person in that giant muscle suit actually doing all the Chopper stuff.
You know what I liked about it? It gives you distinctly different choppers.
Yes.
And I liked it. I did. It took me a little bit to get used to, but I liked it overall.
I like the idea behind it.
Okay.
I'm not sure I liked the execution. I think I would be very happy if in between seasons they take that back to the wardrobe, tweak it a little bit,
Okay.
and clean it up just a tiny bit. I think it's better than if they had done it CGI, I will say.
Yes. I was
But that's about it.
not pleased with Kureha.
Really?
Really wasn't. And I'll tell you why. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But when I was reading the manga and I was reading the character, there was a cackle that jumped off the page that I could hear in my head.
The witch.
She was unpredictable. She was a little bit wacky, a little bit wild. I got the feeling that she was laughing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That she was much more of a wild card.
Okay.
In the live action, she was deathly serious through the entire thing. I just didn't like it.
Okay.
I didn't like the character in interpretation.
Okay. That's fair.
Am I the only one? I mean, when you read it the first time, could you hear her laughing in your head?
Yes. Well, I watched the anime the first time through, so yes, I could definitely hear the cackling because of that.
And I've never seen the anime performance, but man, if that jumped off the page in the manga, then here in the live action, we just didn't get it.
I ain't touching that. I ain't touching those. That is too much of a...
Too much sticker work at 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, a little too much.
Okay.
For this part.
So do you have anything else in your notes on Drum Island? Did you?
No, not really. Other than it was overall, I didn't think it was all that bad of an adaptation of Drum Island. It was kind of, you get through some really hype moments and then you get to it and you cry again because, Chopper and Chopper's backstory is just sad.
Yeah.
And it's just meant to make you sad.
Yes.
And it's like, it would have been harder to get it wrong. You would have had to go out of your way to fuck up Chopper's backstory.
Gotcha.
It's so well laid out for you that even with the parts that they cut out, like, I would have been shocked if they had effed it up.
Gotcha.
Just because it's so... I can't see someone being that obtuse to the source material. So yeah, Drum Island, aside from like Sanji's big scene, was just kind of like, yeah, this is Drum Island. This is everything I hoped that Drum Island would be.
It was the Drum Island that really drummed into me the idea that Zoro's too serious. Should you like how I did that? Thank you. Kudos to Chopper's voice actress.
Yes.
Michaela something. I would like to see some video of her actually doing the performance. I like watching video of voice actors.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Daniel, we didn't mention this. I didn't mention this before. I've got to point it out. Daniel Lasker is Mr. Nine.
Oh yeah, that was
absolutely perfect.
That was really good.
Absolutely perfect. Right off the pages onto the screen.
Especially as a character that doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
In the OG story, he kind of took that and ran with it.
Yes, he did.
That was.
Yes, he did.
Oh, on that note, there was a note. I was like, I know exactly which prop bat they're using.
Oh.
They make foam
prop bats,
sprayed metal that look that way. I'm like, I might have that in my garage. And that's what goes through my mind when I watch everything. Everything. It's not just this. I do this to everything.
Yeah. I do the writing. You do the...
I do the, they did XYZ, or they used this shot. Yeah, it's fun. Well, I didn't quite get Sunny Dawn, but I got a good chunk.
Good, yeah.
I got a good chunk going.
So is it Q&A time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Want to start reading the messages now?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
And you all go.
I should screenshot
what just happened with the
question.
Why did that just do that? Okay.
There we go. I was wondering if you just cut me out of the...
I didn't intend to. Okay, apparently if I mess with the side panel... Ooh, that's a good question.
What?
Thoughts on Crocodile from his one scene.
Crocodile was good, but Crocodile wasn't as menacing as Crocodile feels on the page.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't as deadly as he had felt on the page in every scene. And I'm using the word feel because, I mean, I don't use that. People commonly use feel instead of the word think.
Mm-hmm.
But when an author can write something and when an illustrator can illustrate something and create the feeling in you of deadliness, they're doing something really well, and that didn't carry off the screen in the live action.
Okay.
Yet. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what season 3 does.
Yeah, we'll see what he does because Joe's a very experienced actor who was really excited to play Crocodile.
Crocodile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also loves D&D. He's a huge D&D nerd. That dude loves. He's a huge nerd in general. He's also freaking jacked.
Well, yeah, I'm looking,
men's fitness cover.
Forward to seeing what comes in the future. You're gonna have to read these questions though, because your model. I literally can't read.
Oh
these.
Yeah.
Hope for somebody wrote hope for season.
Hopes for season 3. Invader Zach hopes for season 3.
Hopes for season 3. I'm really. My hope for season 3 is that they nail down some of the CGI better. I think they've proven their casting is exquisite. Their performances are just absolutely perfect, and I trust that's going to continue.
I'm E. Okay. Thanks for the mention in the Superman discussion vid last year, Dad. How far are you in the manga? And then you have a request. Okay, just go ahead and send your request in the regular chat then. I'll look for you.
How far am I in the manga? 592.
Which is just...
594. It's just past the end of Marineford. In fact, so I think our next video is going to be 548 to 594. 550 to 594, something like that. It's a huge chunk.
What specifically happens right after? Like, they leave Marineford. Like, everything ends and they leave Marineford, and that's basically where you left?
Then you got into the backstory of Ace and Luffy. Which
Okay.
I'll save my thoughts on that for when we do that video. And it's a reading timing thing more than anything.
Okay. Do you think the Opla's last season will be Saba Odi? No. So a lot of people are trying to figure out when they're going to end it, because apparently they have an end point, because they're like, we're never going to be able to catch up with the timetable, just physically, with all the actors and having to recast all the actors by that time. So they have apparently a point that they've told the actors, this is where we're going to end the story, and everyone's basically placing bets on if it's going to be Enies Lobby or Marineford or like Saba Odi.
No, Enies Lobby would be good, ending it on the shooting down the flag, concept and declaring war.
I think it would be after that. Like, you'd get Robin back and all of that.
Oh, yeah,
I think
just a general idea.
I think you get through Marineford, and I think we get to the point that you haven't quite reached yet. What you're waiting to get to is when the crew reunites.
Yeah,
I think that's where you end it.
Oh, okay.
I think you get them all back. What?
I'm sorry.
That was a Roger comment for sure. If you guys were to be casted for the One Piece live action, which characters would you be?
Well, I would want to fulfill my dream of being a dead body. just let Zoro cut me in half, and Who's the dude he killed?
That's my answer.
Who's on the table? The guy who's in the bag in the bar in season 1. The Baroque Works agent.
The Baroque Works agent.
Yeah, just do that. Just cut me in half and leave me in a slab on the table.
Law.
Actually, I would want to do voiceover. I would want to do voice work. I absolutely would want to do voice work.
Voice work would be...
It's either that or bury me in so much prosthetics that nobody can recognize who I am.
Kung Fu Dugongs better show up in season 3. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
The little turtle.
Yes.
I said I was going to send in an audition for that, and I need to. Time skip my bed to do. Mr. 3. There's too much depression to pull off with Law. You don't know me. This is an act. Dad as Rayleigh with the long hair and beard would go hard, though.
Okay. Oh, you're killing me.
Said that. I've said that. Now,
no,
we'll do a trade. We'll do a trade. I've wanted to do Rayleigh, Shanks, and then dress my kid up as Luffy and go to convention. He would like Garp Dragon Luffy, which we can do that. I just don't want to shave. I'm just being selfish and don't want to shave. But that is a video idea, because you've never been to a convention.
I've never been to a convention.
That's a video idea we've been sitting on, and we are trying to figure out when we can make it work.
We were looking at this year. We were looking at this August, and it's going to be a last minute thing as to whether or not. No, actually, no. I take that back. I got an answer from your sister. It won't happen.
Okay. So it wouldn't be this year.
No, it won't be this year. And so we've been in this big negotiation over: am I going to be Garp or am I going to be Rayleigh? Now, the Garp character just fits me better. It does. It fits my personality and my size, and I had plans for the costume.
Manga Garp or live action Garp? Because those are There's some difference there.
There is some difference there.
There's some considerable difference.
Manga Garp. Because Manga Garp is a little larger than life. No, not a little. He
is larger than life.
And for the gregarious side of my personality, it really is a good fit. The only thing that scares me off of Rayleigh, one, I don't know the character as well, but it's the beard. I don't know how the heck I'm going to pull off that beard. And yeah, I don't have enough here to bzz on.
You just grow it out.
You know. No, even when I grow it out, I've got pretty big bald spots right here.
That's perfect. You've already got them. We just trace those. We just go down from those.
We'll have to take a look at that costume. Noah has wanted me to do Rayleigh for a long time.
Should I audition for Law? Should I audition for Law? Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, you should.
Can Dad voice Brooke?
No, not
as well as that guy.
Not as well as that guy. I cannot do justice to that voice.
What were your thoughts on the additional plot with the Walpole being connected to Baroque Works and Baroque Works giving him his fruit?
I thought it was unnecessary.
Yeah?
I thought it was completely unnecessary.
It felt like padding. It felt like an excuse to have Robin in another scene and put her in her Ennie's lobby outfit.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not complaining that they put her in her Ennie's lobby outfit, but...
I got nothing. To be honest with you, I don't remember the Ennie's lobby outfit, but... You know.
It's the black outfit.
Oh, gotcha.
That's a skirt. And...
Gotcha. Yeah.
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 Do we think or hope Pell dies in the live action?
Pell, that's...
The Falcon.
Yeah.
He came back.
Yeah, So him coming back was one of those things we had a conversation about how come, people never die, but hope he dies? It never even crossed my mind.
You can avoid the sacrifice. I don't care either way. I mean, a lot of people are sick of fake outs. A lot of people are sick of the fake out deaths.
I had to just accept in this series, in the entire manga, that very, very few people die.
Yeah.
Which is why that's why I was so shocked when we had that whole conversation about Bon Clay's sacrifice. I was like, no, nobody dies. Why would he die?
Well, now people do die. I see Dad as a Marine in the baseball hat and uniform. Dog hat Garp. Oh, would you do dog hat? Would you do him with his dog?
Oh, yeah.
Dog hat?
All
right, we'll try to get you a dog.
It would be hot, but yeah, I can do that.
Dutch Elander. I don't know, Dad. You have the gentle tone in your voice like Rayleigh.
Do I have the gentle tone in my voice? I can.
You can. You can be Garp, yes.
Yeah, I'm capable of being gentle.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Capable of being gentle.
Guess what we get? Guess what we get next season?
I'm a pushover. I'm a softie. They'll tell you. Actually, I think it's the biggest thing that he has said about my parenting skills now that he's an adult and he's a dad in his own right was what he could get away with. Okay, what was that?
Who we get next season? Karoo.
Oh, I was truly disappointed we did not get Karoo this season. I was.
I imagine that with Chopper, that was already a tax on the CGI budget.
Yeah, I can see that.
I had a feeling.
They talked about Karoo, but... Maybe I should be pulling up the comments on my phone like you are. I'm looking at your reaction to...
About the soldier...
I'm reading...
Oh, what about the soldiers that Walpole ate up and spit out? They were...
Better in the manga.
You liked the goofier?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they were very, very, creepy. Cool, because that was, guys on each other's shoulders and in stilts. That's a cool performance, I think. Again, the technical side, I appreciate.
Yeah.
This from a story.
The
like,
practical effects
Yeah.
were really good, but I like them in the manga better.
Yeah. Do you think they will show fully how Frankie joins the crew in the live action and who clutched it in the end? Great choice of words. Peak choice of words.
I'm betting they don't do that in the live action.
I'm hoping they do.
That's just gonna be my guess. There's gonna be too many complaints from parents who have to explain that one to their kids.
Dad's multifaceted as a One Piece father figure. Apparently, you could play a lot of people
In the live action?
No, well, I mean, yeah. Apparently, apparently people see you as a lot of.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's kind of crazy to think. What character would I do? You know, my big problem with that, with like answering that or thinking about it, is that these actors that they've hired are so stinking good at what they do.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
I couldn't replace them.
Yeah.
I couldn't even come close. I don't have that skill set.
I think we're mixing cosplay and acting because that was too quick. We were talking about.
Were those cosplay questions?
The original one was who would you play in the live action,
okay.
And then I think it got sidetracked by the whole cosplay discussion as well.
Well, cosplay I could probably any of them.
Dancing Viru makes an interesting point. He said about Karoo not being in this season.
Yeah.
He said they said, I mean, to be fair, going undercover with an Alabasta only animal was already a bit of a stretch in the manga.
Okay.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yep.
That is fair. If we're going to make excuses for them, that is fair.
So you're saying that the lack of Karoo was a correction?
And that it's a budget. Okay. I guarantee it was a budget. How do you think they will adapt Skypiea? Do you think they're going to plant a lot of things from the later story, just like how they included some in the first episode? That's going to be tough to avoid. Yeah.
Skypiea is going to be 90% CGI. It's going to be very expensive to film and make. And
I mean, the prosthetic wings on them are going to be a little bit much, but I mean that's just a jungle set. I don't know. Skypiea doesn't. I mean, the effects of like Enel, but in terms of introducing future plot points, probably. I mean, they're just going to make the most out of it.
Pack as much in.
They're going to pack as much in as they can.
Yeah. Do we know who's going to play Mont Blanc Cricket?
No. Although that's after Alabasta, so we got to get through Alabasta
Yeah,
first.
but that's related to Skypiea.
Yes. So I don't think they've cast for it yet. You saw Ian Kidd says, I saw an interview about Karoo missing from this season. I'm betting there was obvious cost benefits, but they stated that Karoo was kind of a plot hole in season 2 undercover Vivi with the royal dog. Yeah, okay. Sounds awfully convenient.
Okay.
If you guys need more questions at some point, there were a bunch of chats from people before. We might go back. Although, to be fair, it is almost 3 a.m. here. It is almost. We don't want to, like, cut it off quite yet.
It's 2:43. I'm thinking 3 might be a good stopping point.
I think that's about 15-ish minutes.
Would you scroll up to the top of the comments in the beginning and see if there's any questions that we can answer?
I will go take a peek through and see.
Thank you.
I did screenshot a couple of more comment things than anything. Just some funny shit. One actually answered a question from far earlier. You asked who Zoro killed last in the bar fight.
Oh yeah, who was it?
Renica Overlord 634 said killing the guy sneaking behind him was his final kill.
Oh, was that the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because I had written. Thank you for answering that. Because I had written it in my
answer a
notes.
question from far earlier. That's a suggestion. We can.
Yeah, just look through them. We got some here.
Someone made a comment that they needed Oplo Robin to step on him. That was Fran Mop to call him out. I could not leave that one untouched.
Dutchy Lander asks, do you guys think Season 3 will be all Alabasta, or will we see other things like the Gathering of the Warlords or a peek at Blackbeard? Yeah, 100%. We're going to see more. We're going to see more, because they're going to introduce more of the Warlord systems.
They're not going to spend 8 episodes on Alabasta.
Yeah. Let's see. Keep the I hope they do justice to Bellamy's scene, as I was a little let down with the flag scene. Oh, that is a great point. I was a little upset by the whole flag scene with Luffy and Chopper. I was kind of a little... It felt a lot smaller in the live action than it did in the...
You really need to come up with one of those with your face on it.
I do. I don't do it as often. Okay. So, and I'm going
to... yeah, I understand that, but... Yeah. I understand.
Milan, thank you, with 11... Is that euros? I don't know other currencies.
Yes, that is
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is very generous and very kind.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Loved the chapter-by-chapter review of Amazon Lily. Put this in the Baobun manga fund. Will do.
Baobun is great. I adore that kid. He is great.
You guys answer the question from Dutchy Lander about Season 3 being all about Alabasta?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we
okay,
just
sorry,
did.
Just did.
My brain's foggy.
Okay. Is Noah caught up with the manga? Yes. Well, yes, and yes, I read the most recent scan. I'm very... Look, I could rattle off basically everything that happened, and you would be like, "Are you talking about the same story?"
Yeah, I believe it.
I am. It is hype. I have a buddy that I read with, and we just send each other screen caps.
It is so amazing, and I put this in a comment to someone just yesterday. I was having a great conversation with someone about stuff. That I have managed to stay so insulated and protected from everything that takes place post-Marineford, and how absolutely amazing y'all are about putting the spoiler warnings on comments, and so I'm completely in the dark about a lot, and it's really cool. Ignorance is bliss.
I mean, you're getting to the point where there's a lot of it's you're going to start whittling down on things. A lot of things are going to start getting slowly chipped away as you go. Fire with the latest chapter? Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm very hyped without revealing anything, tell Dad that his mind will be blown by the recent reveal. Nessie Ninja, you need to catch up. It's crazy what's going on right now. It's absolutely crazy.
You know what's going to be fun? What's really going to be fun is after the semester ends, after about May 6th, I'm going to have some time. I'm going to have some time to dive back in.
Yep. And Invincible.
And invincible.
Okay, Pops, in 5 years, your mind will be blown.
You know, but for those of you who will be still be around then and waiting for it, I will have as much energy and enthusiasm as I do now when my mind is blown and I get excited about stuff.
Oh, man.
In 5 years.
600 something chapters in 3 years is pretty good, though. Give him credit.
That's 200 chapters a year.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I've been
still pretty good.
I've been devouring it.
Yeah.
I've been devouring it.
He was a teacher, and he is currently taking classes.
So
TK asked, are you a teacher or do you take classes? Both, in his case.
So I started teaching professionally in '94, and I taught until the end of June of 2001 when Mama Peaches and I traded places, and she went to work and I stayed home. So I was a stay-at-home homeschooling father of 3 for 25 years. My youngest, we just finished a year ago, last May, homeschooling her. And along the way, I taught writing and literature to a lot of homeschooled kids in our community. So I kept myself busy. I also teach karate. My dentist accused me. My dentist asked me once if I would try to teach dentistry. He said, and I was like, yeah, I thought I could get away with it because teaching is just, I've been a Boy Scout leader. I've been an American Heritage Girls leader. I love teaching camping. I hate camping, but I do like teaching it. So teaching it's just part of me. It's how I'm wired. I just want to share knowledge and see people grow. And so someone's got to pay for the girl to go to college. So I'm going to go back into the classroom. Interestingly, everybody I started teaching with in '95 is retiring this year, and I'm going back. It's a little bit odd, but at least hopefully I'm going back. Someone has to hire me. Otherwise, I'm going to be working behind the counter at QT. Would you like a hot dog with that soda?
In another arc review series for the anime, the guy just finished the Sabaody arc and made the comment, we are never going to have this discovery through the journey again because afterwards everyone is unintentionally or not going to spoil what the One Piece is to newbies, your own thoughts. I think if you're aware of how the internet works and what you interact with, if you're careful, you'll be able to avoid it as you read it, but it's going to be very tough for anyone who gets into One Piece after the series finishes to not be spoiled. And I think once the series ends and people know how it ends and what the One Piece truly is, like once that gets revealed, I think it's going to be everywhere. I think it's going to be impossible to avoid at that point. You might as well just go off the internet at that point.
I'm willing to do that if it means not spoiling it. I have no One Piece in my feed at all. In any of my feeds in anything that I look at.
That's actually kind of impressive considering how much you're consuming One Piece.
I'm just consuming the manga that I buy.
Oh.
Live action.
And that is a lot.
We're going to go through and we're going to do some anime stuff after we get caught up. There's going to be a bunch of revisiting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, one of the things, we could do we don't do scripted content, so it's a lot harder to go back and just do topic type videos because that requires a little more scripting, and that's not the natural conversation style. But we are going to go back and we're going to do some stuff once he's either farther or closer to being caught up. We'll have some more stuff like anime videos. We'll watch some of the scenes.
Yes.
And I really want to go read Wanted. I want to read some of Oda's OG manga attempts and some of the prototypes of One Piece.
Okay.
So there's going to be more stuff.
I'll be 70, drooling, barely remembering my name, incontinent. You know, it'll be ugly, horrible.
Also, any thoughts on the Straw Hats, especially Luffy feeling weaker than their original manga characters? It happens in every adaptation. Every live-action adaptation is inevitably, if you talk about power scaling, they're going to feel weaker in comparison because of the limitations of the live-action format. I don't know. Do you get the sense that the Straw Hats feel weaker in the live-action than they do in the manga?
No.
No?
I really don't. No, and it might be because of exactly what you said. I'm just accepting the limitations that they do have. I think I don't know if you Luffy v Smoker, you know, the Gatling punch flurry. It looked good. It looked
good.
Just like what you get, you know, on the page, and it I think because the surprise element is gone in the live action, it doesn't have the same punch. It doesn't hit. No pun intended here. It just doesn't hit as well as it does in the manga.
You also don't get, every time you get an impact in the manga, you get like the big shock waves,
right?
And the sound effects and all the impact frame type stuff that you're just like, okay, this feels bigger because an entire page is being taken up by.
Right.
When Luffy and Zoro double punching at the end of the Baroque Works fight in the manga, or both of them looking and going, shut up, and then attacking at the same time, is such a cool panel. And I think that's where you started coming up with the power panel.
The power panel ideas.
Panel ideas. Just boom, and it's such a big spread that it feels bigger because of that.
When I
think
turned the page and I saw Luffy practice jumping in Water 7, when I saw that he had seen what CP9 can do, and then he was trying, and I remember having the realization, oh my goodness, he's practicing. He's trying to copy that, right? I mean, it was so cool. I can still remember the feeling I got. I was so excited and goosebumps. But when we see that, if they were to do that in live action, it's not going to carry as well.
You know, when your reaction to that, it's not 1-to-1, but it's very much. Obviously, I have a newborn. Well, he's out of the newborn phase, so he's about 4 months old now. And it's really funny. Your reaction to like, oh my God, he's practicing feels like our reaction when we walk in and he's in his crib and he's like trying to roll over. And we're like, oh yeah, he's doing it. Oh.
Yes, it is.
Tangent.
Yes, it is.
Side tangent on that.
Yeah. So I guess the short answer is I don't think that there's a power loss. I think that there is a newness loss.
Would Dad be up for watching or reading Attack on Titan?
Have no idea what it is.
Honestly, we could try it.
Okay. Put it on the long list of things that people have suggested.
Eventually, but yeah. Zoro throwing a house. Okay, I remember that. They're talking about it. They're talking about power feats.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, to Attack on Titan. You know, I watched it, and I had to go back and watch because season 2 just felt like it took a complete U-turn for me. But that was back when it came out, and there was years of separation between. I want to do Free Run. Once we get caught up with our Spider-Man stuff, I really want to do Invincible over the summer if we can. And we're really having fun with Ghibli.
Ghibli is good.
We're having a lot of fun with Ghibli so far. Spider-Man, we're having a lot of fun revisiting all the Spider-Man movies, which we are doing as well, where we're doing we're revisiting all the live-action Spider-Man movies. We might be tacking some stuff on at the end. And then we have the Ghibli catalog.
I was just looking at Attack on Titan here.
Yeah. I want to do Invincible, because I think there's a lot we could dive into with Invincible.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I know he's been subtly dropping hints.
Not so subtly dropping hints.
Every video.
Well, you keep making observations, and I'm just like, you are asking for things that are in Invincible. You're like, oh man, I would really like to see a story where Peter Parker does XYZ, and it's like, well, you would get that if you would just watch Invincible. And so
we'll get there.
So,
I have one project and one paper left, and then we're gonna go do Banana Ball, and then
I'm really excited.
This summer
we're gonna have a really fun video coming out sometime in May. That's completely different from everything else.
Yes.
Or try something new. If you do Invincible, I'll follow along with you.
Cool, thank you. That's encouraging.
Invincible is a good show. It's a good show. I might actually pick up the comic volumes and read, because there's a lot of differences. I'm excited. But it is 1 minute left. Is there anything else?
Thank you. First of all, to our European followers, I hope this timing worked for you. It was a request. When you gave it, I thought it was really a cool idea. We've had a couple other time zones say, hey, what about us? Send it. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it, and I absolutely love this One Piece journey.
One last question.
One last question. Roger says, okay, serious question. How do you genuinely feel about your channel and the direction it's going?
We're 4 or 5 years into this, and I am still pinching myself that, one, people care what we have to say. I'm humbled by our channel. I'm humbled completely. I absolutely love sharing this with Noah. I love having something like this that we can do. And these are the types of conversations that we were having in the kitchen all the time. So the direction it's going, I am grateful for each and every person that follows and comments. I don't know what else to say. We're going to ride it as long as we can.
We're doing this for fun. We're not optimizing it. I try to, we do have stuff. We have ads on here because it's like we might as well, because we got monetized. But like, YouTube will try to, like, we upload a 2-hour video. YouTube will try to put like 30 ads on it, and I always try to make sure that those are limited. It's really just because we're doing this as a hobby, and if it becomes something more than that, great. I would love that. I grew up with YouTube and I love it, but it's not a necessity, and it's just fun. This is just fun. So.
And
I enjoy it, and I don't want it to be. I don't want it to have to be anything more than just having fun and making sure that people enjoy what is being made and put out, and so I have no problem doing what people request, but at the same time we're going to keep doing stuff that we find interesting. So we're going to try to do our best to balance it.
I do have to say, though, that as we've turned more in the direction of One Piece, I have absolutely no regrets with that. Part of it makes it easier to come up with topics.
Yeah.
But it's just more fun. And to be honest with you, the interaction with people is a tremendous amount of fun. I've said it before. I'm meeting people around the world, and I absolutely love it.
All right. I will...
One other thing, sorry, I lied. One other thing, IMD7881 did post his request. We missed it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it earlier. We're gonna go back and watch some of the important scenes from the anime sub. We will.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We're
We're
gonna do it.
That's actually something that's been on our list of things to do for a while.
Yeah, I think honestly, once we get through Marineford, we can kind of just do everything leading up to Marineford.
Sure.
With the anime scenes.
Sure.
And that'll be fun. So, but yes, thank you guys all so much. I appreciate all of you being here. It is past 3 a.m. I am tired. I'm sure you're tired. I'm sure Goofball is tired.
We have a long drive home, the two of us. So yeah, we're gonna go get on the road.
So, but thank you everyone so much for coming to the live stream. Thank you if you're one of the crazy American lonely people who decided to stay up with us.
I never thought.
I think it's great. I think it's great. And someone else described our videos as yappage, so I'm gonna start
yappage is great.
using that.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, thank you all so much for wherever you were. This was timed for the Europeans, but I hope that this worked well for everyone in Asia and Oceania and everywhere else as well. So,
Hey. See you next time.
see you next time.